Students in high school often need a role model to inspire them and guide them as they grow. High school is a time where a lot is going on. Filled with interaction and socialization, it is quite easy to get influenced in a negative way. In these vulnerable times, it is vital to have someone to look up to, a reason to help stay on the right path. For us students at MetEast High School, there is one man who inspires us. This man for us is Principal Timothy Jenkins.
He helped me find my career path. More than that, he's been a mentor, another adult that I can look up to.
He's a good influence.
He kind of kept me on the right track. I mean, I never, was a bad kid or anything, but he kept me, not just staying at a certain studious level, keep progressing.
Principal Jenkins got his start in education teaching English at Creative Arts High School.
While at Creative Arts, that gave me the foundation, for which, I started to really love and enjoy teaching and working with students, and I really started to develop my philosophy of education. Several things inspired me to become a principal. Once I became a teacher, I felt like I was doing a pretty decent job, and I had influence over, 50 students a year or so, just the students who came into my class. But as an administrator, I would have the opportunity to really impact the school and to lead the school the way that I felt education should go.
One influential individual in Principal Jenkins' life was his grandmother. She taught him many life lessons.
The idea of being a responsible young man, giving back to your community and doing what's right all the time. She instilled those things into me, and I carry them out every day. It's manifested in the way that I make decisions every day at school, the way that I interact with my own children. She really had a big influence in my life.
Principal Jenkins has many roles that he plays. Here he talks about how he tries to always keep a positive representation.
I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a teacher, I'm an educator, I'm a principal, I'm a former athlete. I have all of these roles and I wear all of these hats, and I never know who sees me as what and when they are looking at me in various roles. So as best as I can, I try to do everything right consistently as often as I can, so that whoever is looking at me, whether we're in school, we're out of school, in New Jersey or out of New Jersey, there's always this positive perception of who I am, who I represent, because when I'm out of this state, I represent the entire city, I represent our school district. When I'm here in school, I represent, MetEast High School.
Previous and current students of Jenkins share experiences about how his help in the past has influenced them.
So in high school, I didn't like his class that much at all. I used to act up all the time. Because he was new, you got to break the new teacher in and whatnot. But he actually called my dad on me. And my dad came in there and he stood in the classroom and he was kind of got on me, and I was on punishment. I was like, Dad, that was messed up. I thought you was cool. You gonna put me on, get me in trouble. But so one thing that I found out was like, yeah, you can, be calm and cool and as much as you want, but when somebody's doing wrong, you gotta, handle it and adjust accordingly. Another time was an assignment that we had. We had to write. We were studying poetry. We had like all these different types of poems, and I actually really, really, really enjoyed that assignment. Like I had fun making my poems, and that kind of sparked my interest in writing and things of that nature. So as far as influence academically or creatively, that kind of opened up a whole new world of something that I was interested in.
He influenced me to start drawing again. Before, I wouldn't draw anything, but how he challenged me into a drawing competition once. I gotta say that he got me to start drawing again. He challenged me time to time, which influenced me to start challenging other things.
So about junior year summer, I was contemplating whether I wanted to play. One, because I wasn't playing a lot, and two, I wanted to put my all into like my college process. So I kind of contemplated it over the summer, and then when I came back to school, the first day of school, as soon as I seen him, I said, I need to talk to you. He said, when I asked him, like, should I really play? Like, I'm really contemplating whether I want to play. He was one of the only people that kind of was with my decision. Even though he's a competitive guy, Camden High athletics, he's a principal first, and he understood where I was coming. he really helped me get through that decision, because it was one of the hardest decisions I made in my life. But that is an instance that I really respected him beyond, he just keep impressing me by how much I can how much I can be influenced.
MetEast High School's excellence came to fruition as a result of Principal Jenkins' influence.
When we first opened in 2005, nobody knew about MetEast High School. Nobody knew what it was about. People knew me. People knew, I had been to college. I was a teacher. I used to be an athlete, some things of that nature. But nobody really knew what the school was about. But I saw in the number of applications, the number of people who were saying, I really want my child to come to that school. It was in part because of me. Around that time, I started to reevaluate, how I carry myself, because I take serious the responsibility of educating other people's children. The district entrusted me with the responsibility of establishing the school, and then, seeing the public's response to me being a principal and wanting to see their kids come here and be educated here. I kind of started to feel like, people look at me a little differently than I kind of see myself. People look to me as a role model, as a leader, so I just embrace it. And I really feel like I am doing what I was called to do. I don't think I'm a principal in Camden by accident. I don't think I became a high school principal when I was 26 years old by accident. All of those things sort of fell in place because somebody of a higher power, saw something in me and wanted me to be here. So I accept the responsibility, I embrace it, and I try to, in all of the decisions that I make every day, carry all of those responsibilities with me. I take my job very, very seriously.
Principal Jenkins speaks on what it means to be a person of influence.
I don't think being influential is something that you can create. I think it's something that people bestow upon you. There are people who desire to lead, who want to be out in the forefront, who want people to follow them all the time. And there are some people, I hope, kind of like myself, who just do what I feel like I'm supposed to do. And through my actions, through my words, my hope is that people just sort of decide to follow, that people organically just want to listen because they see something in me, or they believe some aspect of what I'm saying, and they're willing to just follow it. I don't believe that you can, that's not an honor, or that's not something that you can proclaim, like, I am a leader, I'm a role model. People bestow it upon you, and I think when that happens, you just have to embrace it and accept the responsibility.